Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of February. It's our second maths lesson of the week, and we're continuing our investigation of area and perimeter. Today, we're going to move on to looking a bit at area, but before we move on and do anything like that, we need to warm our brains up with our starter. So we have 3 questions this morning. They're all on the slide here. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to have a go at these wherever you're doing your workings, your home learning book, or if you're doing your working somewhere else, just to get yourself warmed up. So pause, have a go, and then come back and we'll go through the answers, please. Wonderful. Right. So question number 1, a can holds 330 milliliters of pop. Pop is sold in packs of 6. Carl buys 12 packs of pop. How many liters of pop does he have? A lot of layers to this question. So pop's sold in packs of 6. He's buying 12 packs. We're going to need to do something there. And then how many liters does he buy when we're originally given it in milliliters? So there's going to need to be some work done there as well. So first thing we do is we need to find out how many milliliters of pop are in that pack of 6. So we do 6 times 330, which is 1,980. That's how much in one pack. We want 12 packs. So we take that 1,980 and we times that by 12. That will give us 23,760. That is how many milliliters are in those 12 packs of pop. Now he wants to know how many liters. 23,760 is in milliliters. To get it into liters, we need to divide by 1,000. So we could use our little decimal point bouncing method, put it at the end, and it's 3 jumps to the left. So it goes in between the 3 and the 7. So it's 23.76 liters. If you put 760 liters, that is fine as well. Second question. 290 pounds is shared between 10 boys and 12 girls. Each girl receives 15 pounds. How much money does each boy receive if they get the same amount of money? So each girl receives 15 pounds. We know there's 12 girls. Okay, so we do 12 times 15, because 12 lots of 15 pounds equals 180. We know there is 290 pounds in total. So we take away the girl's share. So we take away 180 pounds from the 290 to leave us with 110. We then know there are 10 boys, and we want to split that 110 pounds equally. So we do 110 divided by 10, which gives us 11, meaning each boy gets 11 pounds. Third question, here is a sequence: 2, 5, 9, 12, 2, 5, 9, 12, 2, 5, 9, 12. What is the sum, so added up, of the first 200 numbers in this sequence? Now this just took some logical thinking. It is a repeating pattern with 4 numbers repeating. So what you're going to do is add 2, 5, 9, and 12 to give you 28. That is the sum of the first 4 numbers. Now we want the sum of 200 numbers. So if that's the sum of the first 4 numbers and they're always going to be the same 4, we want to know how many lots of that 4, or how many lots of the sum of those 4, so 28, go into 200. So 4 times into 200 goes 50. So we take our 28, we multiply it by 50, and that will give us 1,400. That is the sum of the first 200 numbers. Right. On to our learning intention, which today is to find the area of squares and rectangles. Again, length and width are vitally important today. Square, and I've put centimeters, and this 2 here that's raised above, that means squared. Hopefully we're remembering that, because we're going to use it today. So when we're tasked with finding the area of a shape, we are finding out how much space it takes up. And hopefully we're remembering that the units of area are always squared. So centimeters squared. And the reason for that is because our answer will be the number of centimeter squares or meter squares, or there's the center of cubic squares that fit into our shape. So we're here, we've got our squares that fit into the shape. So this one, 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, And I'm doing centimetre squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4 squares fit. So my answer would be 4 centimetres. But it's 4 centimetres squared because I've got 4 centimetre squares in there. So to find the area of shape, we don't need to use the square method. We can times the length here, 2 centimetres, by the width, 2 centimetres. 2 times 2 is 4. So we can put 4, but we know we have to put squared because it's how many squares make it up. So this one, to find the area, we times the length by the width. So the length is 4, the width is 3. So we do 4 times 3, which gives us 12. And then our answer needs to be in centimetres squared. So we write 12 centimetres squared. Times the length by the width. That's what we need to remember today. And you shouldn't go far wrong. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to find the area of these shapes, please, in your home working book or in your working paper, however you're doing it. Pause the video, find the area of these shapes, length times width. Think about properties of shapes of this one and what it's going to be. Pause it, off you go. Fabulous. So let's have a look at the answers. Oh, let's work. I'm not put a slide, so let's work them out here. So 8 times 6. Well, 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 6 is 42. 8 times 6 is 48. And we need to put 48. Oh, excuse me, I've put meters. How silly of me. We need to put, so I do apologise if we've gone a bit awry with that one because I forgot to type my C, but it was 48 centimetres squared. Now, if this one was meters, then that would be, if you have worked it out as that, and that would have been 600 centimetres, and then times that by 8 would be 4,800 centimetres squared. So if you got that one, awesome. So if you realised I meant to put centimetres and put 48 centimetres squared, great stuff. If you put 4,800 centimetres squared, that's cool as well. Right, this one, we have a side length of 12 metres. It's a square, so we're going to have this side as 12 metres as well. 12 times 12 is 144, so it'll be 144 metres squared. Now this one, 7 metres times 11 metres would be 77 metres squared. Sometimes we'll have areas of shape that are slightly different. So what do we notice that is different about this shape? We've got 0.3 metres and we've got 17 centimetres. Hopefully we've noticed that the units are different, so we're going to have to do a bit of conversion. So 0.3 metres we can convert to 30 centimetres using what we did last week. So now we've got 30 centimetres by 17 centimetres, which gives us 510 centimetres squared after multiplication. So sometimes you might have to change the unit, and if it's decimalised in metres, it's easy to pluck out how many centimetres it is. So first thing I want you to do today as your independent activity is to log on to Mathletics and complete the assignment you've been set. And then you need to return, similar to yesterday, and we're going to go through a little bit further how we can use this area to solve some problems. So pause it and off you go with your Mathletics, please. Perfect. Now, Mathletics is done, so let's move on. So sometimes we might be asked to find the area of a compound shape. Now, a compound shape is two shapes put together to make one, or two or more, in fact. So we do this by making squares and rectangles and adding the areas we make together, because it'd be quite hard to find the whole area of this, but if we can make, by drawing lines, squares and rectangles, we can work out their areas and then add them. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So this shape here, I've drawn one line across. I could have drawn a line across here, but you look for where it's going to make life easiest for you. So by drawing across here, and I've named my shapes A and B, rectangle A, I can find the area by timesing 10 by 4. So rectangle A has an area of 40 centimetres squared. Rectangle B, we need to use a similar method to yesterday. So I've got 2 centimetres as my length, or my width even. 13 centimetres goes too big. But if we look here, we've got 13 this side, but we've got a chunk here. The chunk I want missing is 4 centimeters. So we do 13 take away 4 to give me 9 centimeters on this length here. And then we would do exactly as we've done to find the area, width times length. So we would do 9 times 2 for 18 centimeters squared. And then we add the areas of both shapes together. So 40 centimeters squared add 18 centimeters squared is 58 centimeters squared. So split your shapes into manageable squares and rectangles, find the areas and then add them. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to find the areas of these compound shapes. There's more than one way to split it, but there are easier ways in my opinion. But if you split those shapes and find the areas and then add them together to find the total area, that would be amazing. Do that in your home learning book. All right, some terrible grammar correction that's happened there. There we go. Find the areas of these compound shapes, record the answers in your home learning book. That'd be great. Then come back once you've unpaused and we'll go through the answers. So pause and go and have a go for me. Good stuff. Right, let's go through the answers. So I split my shape across here. You might have done it differently, but that left me with this rectangle is 24 centimeters squared and this one was 18 centimeters squared. I'll split it here because then I didn't have to do any taking away or change sides, just that one, that one, that one, and that one. Left me 42 centimeters squared. This one here, I decided to split here because then I can do 3 times your 1, and that gives me 1 centimeter squared. And then I have 7 centimeters here, plus this little 1 centimeter, 8 centimeters times 4 gives me 32 centimeters squared. Add them both, 35 centimeters squared. This one here, I split here because then I've got a side of 8, I've got a side of 7, so I can times those to get 56 centimeters squared. And then here, I've got a side of 8, but the whole side's 12, meaning this bit must be 4. So I do 4 times 10 is 40 centimeters squared. Add them both is 96 centimeters squared. Finding the area compound shapes is a bit trickier, but once you get to grips with it, it's okay. As usual, let's get those points for our year group battles. Onto TT Rockstars, practice your fluency with your times tables and your quick calculation, please. And then back tomorrow for your next video. See you later. Bye-bye.